Hello everyone, this is razorflamekun, and with me I have my commentator for the run.
Hi, I'm K-Man. I'm the world record holder in Super Hard in Pokemon Puzzle League, which is a similar game, and I'm going to be doing commentary for Pokemon Puzzle Challenge Intense.
Which is the hardest difficulty in this game. I am nowhere near the world record, which is currently held by Cards of the Heart at a 1420 something. My personal best is a 2756. I'm hoping to get as close to that as possible, but I'll be happy with anything sub 35. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. Tayman's going to be doing most of the commentary. So hope you guys enjoy. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so well, let's wait for the field to load here. But for anyone who ever played Pokemon Puzzle League or Tetris Attack or Pound the Pawn, this is basically the same game mechanics. It is a match 3 puzzle game. So basically, if you clear if you line up 3 blocks in a row, those blocks will clear, and then the blocks above it will fall. So in this game, if you clear blocks, and then blocks fall to make another clear, you call that a chain. And if you clear more than 3 blocks in a row, you call that a combo, because 3 is the minimum, but you can clear blocks in 4 or 5 or 6. So if you clear more blocks than that 3 block minimum, we call that a combo.
Too aggressive.
Oh dear. Well, that's gonna happen. Like we said, Razor's playing on the hardest difficulty here, and just being able to complete intense mode on Pokemon Puzzle Challenge is an accomplishment, I'd say. So the way you win in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge is each opponent has a health bar, and that health bar can be whittled down through chains and combos. So, and they have a lot of health on intense mode, and you can see that they're sending these huge garbage blocks. Garbage blocks are basically just junk blocks. They fill up your screen. You clear them by getting a clear that's touching the garbage block. And the AI is sending over these big multi-layered garbage blocks because basically the opponent is simulating chains. Like, the opponent doesn't actually have a field, so the AI is basically just simulating them getting chains, and those are going to be very large chains in intense mode. And chain garbage blocks, you can only clear them 1 layer at a time.
Oh, that's me forgetting I'm playing Pikachu. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about that for this stage.
My mic volume needs to be higher. I have the mic as close to my mouth as it can. I guess I could. I'll turn up the volume on this one a little more. But I think if anything else comes to me, I'll be sure to bring it up.
Just want to mention that I got a 105 on Pidgey.
Oh, cool. The mic issue was fixed on the stream side of things, so excellent. So if you guys have ever played Tetris Attack or Pokemon Puzzle League, you'll remember that you win those games by topping off your opponent with garbage blocks, by sending over garbage blocks. This game is a Game Boy Color game, so they don't really have processing power to have 2 fields. So that's why they have the health bar mechanic to kind of like to be able to put this game on a less powerful platform.
Heal.
Oh yeah, and there's a heal mechanic where the AI under like half around there, they can randomly heal, which is an unfortunate. I think this game would be the
There's
most
another one.
skill intensive. That's unfortunate. This game would be the most skill intensive of any Puzzle League game if it weren't for that healing system, because if they did not have the healing system, it'd basically be it'd basically just be a test of like how can you whittle down the health as fast as possible, and that would be the game.
Dude, he healed in the middle of that last chain, and then he healed again.
And yeah, we're seeing the frustration that can be caused due to this healing mechanic, and I'm definitely not happy with that. That's the reason why I don't run this game very seriously. In the other Puzzle League games, obviously there is that randomness with having to top off your opponent with garbage and hoping that they don't have a clear, but at least you can see what's going on their field in those games. Here, it's just totally random. You don't know when they're going to get a heal, if they're going to get a heal, just that it can happen if they're under half health.
40%.
Under 40%?
Yep.
Yeah, so the ideal strategy is to like send over enough damage where they're just over 40% so they can't heal, and then you do another big chain to kind of take down the rest of their health. So you try to take healing out of the equation, but that involves like having a sense of how much damage your chains and combos are going to be, and we do know how much damage combos and chains do, and we do know how much health these guys have. Like, we've found that in the code, but it's just hard to memorize that. Like, you can't be doing that math on the fly while you're chaining, so it really is just getting a sense of where you are, or like how much damage you're gonna do.
Or just,
Yeah, so
or just do a lot of damage. When you get below the damage threshold, you just try and deal as much as you can.
Yeah, and the way Intense works is that the AI is always going to be sending you these massive garbage blocks, so you have to chain off the garbage. And like you can't just do a big chain and then raise your stack and then do another big chain. You're gonna have to get your second chain off the garbage, because you can see that when you clear the garbage, they turn into blocks, and then you can chain off of that. So Razor's gonna try to. This is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go 8, 9. I think I'll have to stop it there. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be enough. These guys have a ton of health. And now Clefairy just healed again, which is just the worst.
Yeah, they can they can heal an infinite number of times in this difficulty.
Yeah, I am so upset with this game. Like I cannot describe how much this healing mechanic upsets me. There's just no reason to have it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like 4 combo will.
Yeah.
Finish things off here. But yeah, you can. There's a reason why we have the estimate so much higher than razorflame PB, because you can have such bad luck, and that's just the case in Puzzle League games in general. Like, for instance, Pokemon Puzzle League, we usually set the estimate to be like 35 or 40 minutes, even though the world record for that game is like 15:30. So there is a lot of variance.
Got screwed.
And
yeah, well, I got screwed there. But one thing else to mention is that you can telegraph when they're about to heal, when they either do a 3 chain, or when they don't do when they stop attacking for a period of time.
Yeah, but usually that doesn't really do you. I guess that like might give you a cue of when to like drop your chain, maybe.
It actually is really helpful in this difficulty. Because you can telegraph when they're going to heal, and then yeah, it just makes things a little bit easier.
And what's really important in intense mode is to not run out all your blocks, because they guaranteed every time they're going to send you a gigantic garbage. You need to have a clear ready on that. So ideally you start off with one big chain, and then you try to finish them off with another built off of the garbage they send you. And anyway, let's see how that's. Ah, jeez. Unfortunately, he's probably gonna get a heal, and he's gonna get a heal off that.
Gonna drop chain here. Not enough. Just bare, and he healed immediately after. Good game.
No, like people think I'm crazy for running Pokemon Puzzle League. I think the Pokemon Puzzle Challenge speedrunners are crazier, and that's another heal right before he would have gotten the kill.
Yep.
Cards of the Heart was grinding this game for months, trying to get the world record on it.
Yeah, which was held by Coopery at a 1450 something for like 3 years.
Yeah, Kupari, someone that I just don't know at all. I got into the Puzzle League community about 2 years ago, and I've never seen or talked to Kupari. They're just like this phantom that showed up and got the world record for years. But if anyone knows more about Kupari, feel free to talk about them. I just think it's a little funny that this total unknown to me had the world record in this category for so long. Yeah, I think we've talked about most of the mechanics here. If anything else comes up, we'll be...
Stop time?
Oh yeah, stop time. So you die in this game if your screen is all the way to the top, and as soon as your screen is topped off, there's an invisible timer that counts down. That's called stop time. And the stop time does not count down while you are clearing blocks, or while you are moving blocks, and you can increase your stop time by chaining and comboing. But as soon as you raise your stack, ooh, that was a full 9 combo. As soon as you raise your stack, your stop time goes back to the default. Obviously, the stop time only matters for the human player because AI does not have a screen. Their attacks are all simulated. So that covers stop time.
Yeah. The total time you have for stop time is about 3 to 4 seconds, roughly. Yeah. Somewhere around there.
It's pretty long in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. We care a lot more about stop time in the other Puzzle League games, because if you're a good player, you're not really going to run out of time. You're always going to be able to find a clear if you're good enough at the game. Sometimes you can get caught in a bad situation and die, but generally you don't really care about the stop time on the CPU's end. You care more about stop time in the other Puzzle League games because stop time applies for the opponents, and as soon as their stop time runs out, you win, basically. So that matters, obviously, for speedrunning purposes, but stop time not really an issue in this game so much.
Might want to mention the exclamation mark blocks.
Oh yeah, the exclamation mark blocks. Again, basically after the round's been going on for so long, those blocks will appear. And I had mentioned before or maybe it was implied, that if you just do a normal clear of 3 in a row, that doesn't do anything. Like, that's just like a default. Like, clearing 3 only matters if it's a chain. If you just clear 3 normally, like, that doesn't do anything. But if you clear 3 of those exclamation blocks, that's like a special clear. That'll do damage to them. And in the other Puzzle League games, clearing those gray blocks would send over a special garbage block that does not clear with the rest of the garbage blocks. Again, that doesn't matter in this game because the AI does not have have a screen.
It actually does. They do send him over on intense, and
right.
And earlier difficulties, like they start sending him around on hard. But on intense is when you'll see them the most.
Right, so if you ever see a gray garbage block, that is an exclamation mark garbage block. That is, you gotta get those. Okay, so hopefully we can, hopefully Razor can knock off Primate here pretty soon. Got 5. Oh, that's...
Heal.
Fortunately, that's not going to be enough.
He healed too.
This is a very bad game. Very bad. Razor Flame in the no good, very bad Puzzle League game.
It's not that bad, but these times that I've been getting 311 is really bad. You're looking for times between a minute and a minute and a half for the first 8, and then a minute and a half to 2 minutes for the last couple.
I mean, let's be honest, like, every game in the Pokemon Puzzle League series is bad. And this is just a meme in the speedrunning community. It's a very fun game, but it's just a bad speedrun. It's like, I mean, we love playing the game. It's just we joke around about it a lot. We don't want to turn into those people that end up hating the game that they run, because with a game with this much randomness, we would have to love it to speedrun it.
I actually don't mind running intense, so long as I don't do it like every day. I wouldn't be able to do every day. The most I'd be able to do is probably once a week, if that.
You don't want to pull cards at the heart?
No.
You just run it every day? What a madman.
He's a masochist. I mean, what are you gonna expect?
Yeah, Cards of the Heart is, and I have to remember that we're commentating with people that probably don't know about our community. So, Cards of the Heart is a prominent puzzle game speedrunner. He owns a lot of the world records across the different Puzzle League games. I think now he has most of the records in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge.
Nope. Yoshi Yoshi got
right.
super hard, normal, and hard back.
Wow.
But he did have all those before that happened.
Mitsu is a Puzzle League speedrunner. He has a world record in Tetris Attack Very Hard, which is the hardest difficulty in Tetris Attack. And he has insane cursor speed. And cursor speed matters more in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, because you're just looking to clear and knock down the opponent's health as best you can. It's not about topping them off and having good timing like it would in Pokemon Puzzle League or Tetris Attack, and there's a few. It's excellent. It's a really good game. So I think that's why like, Cards has good cursor speed and really good field vision, but Yoshimitsu's cursor speed is just unbelievable. So he just came in and he just decided he'd get some world records in this game. You know.
He has world records in almost in a lot of the Puzzle League games. Not the more obscure ones, but all of the mainstream ones.
Well, he has most of them in Tetris Attack, or maybe all of them. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this little preview, this little window into our crazy Puzzle League speedrunning community.
Yeah, I actually 2 days ago I ran Panel de Pon, super hard.
Oh, nice. I heard that's pretty difficult.
It's more difficult than this game for me.
Yeah, because you actually have to worry about the garbage there, and the AI is like
very. It's harder than Tetris Attack.
Were you playing on the Nintendo Puzzle Collection?
Nope.
One
the original.
They don't have. So for those who don't know, Panel de Pon is the original version of this game. It only came out in Japan, and it has like fairy characters.
Yep.
And Tetris Attack is the localization of that game. They didn't think Western audiences would be very receptive to fairy characters, so they swapped them out with Yoshi characters. But it's basically just a reskin. But the Tetris Attack, which is the US version, doesn't have a super hard difficulty. It just has, it just goes up to very hard.
Which is actually the equivalent of super hard, just a little bit easier. But we should probably be focusing more on this game.
I think it's fine to give an overview of the general Puzzle League scene. We talked about most of the main mechanics in this game. So
there's still a few I can mention. There's two glitches that may occur. There's a damage glitch, which you only really need to worry about if you're doing leg chains, which you're not going to see. You might see, but probably not. Anyways, just really quick, gonna break off and say worst sound in video game history. And then the other glitch you're gonna hear, you might see is the 0 HP glitch, which is due to mistaken rounding. Basically, they have a little bit of health, but not enough that can be shown. So it shows that they have no health, but they still have some left, and that usually leads to you getting a heal. No matter what, you always get healed after on that. Two other techniques you might see me do is what I like to call corner grabs and mid-air grabs. You probably won't see mid-air grabs, but corner grabs are basically when you're in a corner. You can get some. You have 2 frames to swap, and you can continue chains. You'll see me try that in this difficulty if I can, but the single frame grabs you won't see because they're just too difficult to do in a run.
Okay, so
wow.
Are those is swapping it in as they as it lands? Is that what you mean by a corner grab?
No, not one that is square with a corner. So like here.
So I'm sure I know what you're referring to.
Yep.
It's just, I'm not familiar
like
with
that.
terminology.
Like what I just did there.
Well, let's see if I can.
That's a corner grab. That's another corner grab. The midair grabs are just you get a block out of midair. That's basically the midair grab. They're frame perfect, and this game runs at 60 FPS.
This game runs at 60 FPS?
Yes.
A Game Boy Color game?
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's what I got according to a technical article about this game. Actually, no, that I got according to Card's tasks of this game.
Oh yeah, good to know.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now and let Tayman take over because my performance has been crap. I've died 3 times. And left Pokemon at... Oh my fucking god. Sorry. Sorry, that's my one swear for this game. They don't... I'm switching to a different Pokemon because that Pikachu's being bad luck for me right now. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now and I'm gonna let him commentate. So, enjoy the rest of the run.
Yeah, concentration is very important when it comes to puzzle-y games. Obviously, you need the concentration to be able to chain, and then also you're also trying to pay attention to the enemy's health bar as well. So it's kind of hard to just like casually yuck it up when you are playing on intense. It's just such a difficult mode. And I remember when I was a kid, like I got this game for Christmas, like in 99 or 2000, like I got a Game Boy Color for Christmas on this game, and I just could not beat intense. It is so difficult. You have to be on your toes the whole time. So even though Razor Flame was talking about how his time isn't like top tier, it's still impressive to be able to clear, to be able to beat intense mode. Like, cause some people just can't even do it. Like, if you are not good enough at the game, you literally cannot beat intense. And that's just par for the course for puzzle games in general. Like, you have to be good enough at the game, obviously. Like, good enough at the game mechanics. Jinx here is infamous for having like the worst call in the game. So I hope viewership doesn't plummet as Razor Flame tries to knock Jinx out. Hopefully, yeah, there's a heal, so that's gonna make it harder. And yeah, he's gonna have to reset here. This is very bad luck for Razor Flame. Jinx is just not letting up, and that illustrates why the heal mechanic is so bad. Like, I'm guessing they introduced the heal mechanic to kind of simulate the randomness of like the AI having an actual screen. But I think it would have been totally fine to have a puzzle-y game that is like just pure skill-based. And when it comes to the easier difficulties in this game, it is pretty much entirely skill-based, because in the easier difficulties, hard and below, generally you can knock out the opponent's HP in a single chain, basically, or a single chain and series of combos as well. So the health doesn't come into play on those lower difficulties, meaning it is entirely a skill-based run. But here, when it comes to intense, these guys have so much health that you cannot just knock them out with a single chain. Like, even if you're on the first stage of intense and you do like a 12 or 13 chain, that would probably get them down to like a quarter health left. And then you put them into heal range, which is why you don't want to do the biggest chain you can earlier on. You want to do a chain that'll put them just above the healing threshold, and then try to finish them off from there. So it's definitely much different from the mainline Puzzle League games, such as Tetris Attack, Pokemon Puzzle League, or Paneled Upon. But I believe we've covered most of the main game mechanics. We've talked about the glitches. Finally, Jinx goes down.
There's two more things I actually want to mention really quick. Murkrow coming up and Hitmontop coming up. Might want to mention HP value of Hitmontop and then a power meter for Murkrow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Hitmontop has the highest HP in this game, and Murkrow will heal the most often. This is not my main Puzzle League game, so correct me if I'm wrong, but just from what I've picked up from around the community, I believe that is the case.
It is. Murkrow also attacks the fastest, since it has the shortest power gauge.
Murkrow has a shorter HP gauge?
No, shorter power gauge, meaning it attacks faster.
Oh, okay, I see. And when you're playing on Intense, you have an extra block type, like those triangle blocks. I don't believe those will show up on easier difficulties.
Nope. We only have 5 colors for all challenge mode. There's no we don't get the 6. There's no 6th color in this mode.
Okay, so that's unlike the other puzzle games. It's always okay. Yeah, I'm glad that Razorflame is here to correct me because, like I said, this is not my main Puzzle League game, so there are some intricacies I'm not entirely familiar with. Yeah, Intense mode is definitely a war of attrition. Like, this is a mentally exhausting in my run. Because you're always topped off, you need to focus on not dying and then also chaining. And luckily, you're gonna do both. If you're clearing off the garbage blocks, then you will be staying alive and you will be doing damage to them. Is there gonna be a clear here? Or healed? No! Crobat's gonna go down. So we go into Hitmontop, and there are 13 stages total, and this game is based off of the second gen, as you might have got, Totodile, and the bosses here. So we have Hitmontop, and then we're gonna have Murkrow, I believe, and then we're gonna have Dragonite. But why doesn't everyone in chat just kind of give their opinion on why Gen 2 is the best Pokemon gen? Because I remember when Gen 2 came out, because Pokemon was so huge right after it was released in the US. And then I got Pokemon Silver, and I brought it to my daycare, and I was just the coolest kid at that daycare, because I had the newest Pokemon game. Oh, that's a big chain right there. Yeah, but you can see that was a 12 chain. It did only, I don't think it even did half damage to Hitmontop. This kind of gives you an idea of how tough these guys are to bring down. Yeah, so he's gonna have to wait for this next garbage block to drop, and then he's going to have to try to chain off it as much as he can. And another thing that makes chaining off the garbage blocks more difficult is that you are not guaranteed to get a clear off the garbage block. And that's in contrast to other puzzle games. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say that you have 2 green blocks. You have 2 rows below the garbage, and you have 2 green blocks in those rows. In Pokemon Puzzle League, you'd be guaranteed to be able to get a clear off of the garbage. Like, if you had 2 different colors that you could clear off of in the 2 rows below the garbage. That's not the case in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. The blocks that come off the garbage are entirely random, I believe. So you could have, like, say the only clear that you could have is like your yellows. Like, say you have 2 rows of garbage, you have 2 rows of blocks, and the only clear you could have is 2 yellows. The game might not give you those 2 yellows, and you would just be effed in that case. So you really have to be on your toes. So here he has, see, look, they just gave him a bunch of greens there, and he did have to clear off of the greens. Is this 4-com gonna do it? Ah, he did it. Oh man. Okay, so that was probably one of the hardest ones. I'd say Hitmontop and Murkrow are the hardest ones to take down in this game. They're just so relentless. As we said, Murkrow is going to attack the fastest, so you really got to be ready as soon as you drop your first chain. And that's probably, he's going to start with the 6th chain here. And, oh, okay, looks like, oh, there's the Big Daddy. There you can see that gray garbage block. When you got to clear on that, it didn't clear the rest of the garbage block. It just cleared that one gray garbage block. And that is what those exclamation point blocks would send to the opponent if your opponent had a screen in this case. And it looks like he's in a pretty good shape here. He has lots of blocks to work with. Oh, unfortunately, like, so that block in and out. It's possible to, like, slide a block in and out before a clear is registered. So, like, if you try to button mash, like, sometimes you can button mash at the wrong time, and you'll mess up a clear that you otherwise would have had. So here, I'd say you probably need at least a 10 chain to knock Murkrow out. And he's up to 8. He's gonna line up these greens, and hopefully that's not too big of a chain. So that's 11. And I would drop that and hope that kills. Don't do a heal. Yes. Oh man, this is more intense than watching playoff hockey, I tell you what. Imagine talking about sports in a speedrunning marathon. So here we are on the last stage, Dragonite. I don't know if there's anything special about him, besides that he's in the Elite Four and he just has a bunch of health, but really, everyone in the Elite Four is tough.
He's basically a combination of Murkrow and Hitmontop.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Doesn't have as much health as Hitmontop, but nor the attack speed, but still has quite a bit of health.
Yeah, I mean, Dragonite was always a thick boy in the game. Just Dragon Pokemon have so much health in general. But we gotta clear up the garbage up above. 5 combo. Oh, also, one other thing to note is that if you get a combo, that damage will be sent to the opponent right away. Versus chains, the damage won't be sent until you finish that chain. So if you need like some quick damage, like if they're really low, they just need one more hit, you would want to send over just like just a small combo as fast as you can, because the chain is going to take a little. You have to wait until you finish the chain. Going up to 9, he's going to have to drop it there. It's probably not going to be enough. And just the insta heal right there. I don't think he even waited 2 seconds before doing that heal. So that's pretty rude. This whole game is rude.
Time.
Every game. Oh, very nice.
Don't know what the final time was, but it's probably between 35 and 40 minutes is my guess.
Yeah, looks like it was around 40 minutes, so...
Nah,
yeah, estimate was 55 minutes. Like I mentioned earlier on, we set the estimate so high because so much can go wrong in this game.
And now I'm actually gonna, since I have some time, I'm gonna go ahead and show a little bit of marathon mode. Since I have about 5 minutes, I'm gonna just show you what marathon mode is. It's basically the same game, except you want to search for just chains. That's it.
Yeah, so marathon mode, it's just like a score attack mode, and chains will... So I think there are different categories, like scored 10,000 as fast as possible, or scored 50,000 as fast as possible.
In Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, it's 99 and 999k.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so this is basically the entire mode. I was actually going to show an entire run, but we don't have time. But if you guys are interested in learning this speed run, not intense, but any of the Pokemon Puzzle Challenge speed runs, you can DM me directly, razorflame #0016 on Discord. You can join Puzzle General Discord, which I believe is just puzzlegeneral.discord.com or discord.puzzlegeneral.com, one of those two. And then you can talk in there. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/razorflamekun, and I believe for Tayman is TaymanND, correct?
Yeah, twitch.tv/TaymanND. ND as in North Dakota. I mean,
yeah.
maybe I'll stream Puzzle League again one of these.
Yeah, if you're just interested in general of any other puzzle speedruns, Puzzle General is a place to go. We do hold tournaments every once in a while. Anyways, thanks for having me, and I will send you off to the next runner. Thanks again, and this has been razorflamekun, and I'll see you guys next time.